So what's
So,
up with the pistachios?
man, they like pistachios. Pistachios usually. I used to take a lot of road trips when I was younger with my father and stuff. So, and I just got into pistachios. Everybody ate seeds. I had to go in there and grab some um, original. I only like one type of the regular salted pistachios. There you go.
The red ones or the green ones or which ones?
The regular, the green one, yeah, the green ones, yeah.
I don't know how to follow that, but today, was it productive for you in the defense? How did you think it went?
I think it went real well. You know, we're going to have to clean some stuff up in the meetings today, but I think we played well. It's great to play against somebody else other than our offense, which we see every single day. So it's great to get that work and get to see different bodies, different skill types, and things like that.
The familiarity with the two staffs, did that make this joint practice any different than other joint practices you've been in, or was it just the same as typical?
I don't know. I can't really put anything to that, but they do have similar offenses, as in they family and everything. So we knew that going into it, but I think it's the same thing. I look at these joint practices as in getting good looks against different players, different skill types, because nobody's really using all their calls, that using their entire playbook, showing everything they got. It's really about getting that individual work and collectively working together against unscouted looks and things like that.
Aaron, I was kind of watching the red zone work, against Wilson. And it just weren't a lot of windows. Guys
Right.
got their hands on some balls. I mean, is that just a signal of communicating tight spaces and getting the ground covered?
For sure, that's always good. When you're around the ball, I was just saying that earlier, that we've been having a lot of opportunities to get around the ball, whether it's PBUs, picks. I got to capitalize on, one opportunity I had for an interception as well. But in practice, it's always a good sign when people are around the ball, when you're winning in a situation like that where you're not tackling, you can't actually sack the quarterback. So if especially in the back end, if we're sticky in practice like that, in the game when we're going to the ground, when we got that pressure, we can be that much better.
How would you compare and contrast the joint practices today against the Jets versus 2 years ago against the Jets?
I can't really remember specifically, how I felt about that, before, to really compare the two. But it was good work today. I know we got a lot of, it's good for our cardio and everything, especially, on defense with the ones, and getting a lot of reps, going full speed against somebody else. So, I can't really put nothing to actually comparing the two.
If you end up playing,
A lot of differences in some of the run responsibilities, run fits. Is that any of what you guys are going through right now in terms of where guys fit exactly?
Yeah, that's something we have to get down as far as the run fit, the run responsibilities. I have a lot of I'm very familiar with how the run scheme goes with us with Joe Barry. Just seeing what they've done before. And I've been in similar systems where how we use the safeties and the run fit and different things like that. Me moving around within the secondary as well. I think that the more reps we all get at that, we can be very multiple as a defense.
if you end up playing more in the box as kind of a sub linebacker than you have in the past, is that a role that you're okay with?
Yeah, I'm okay with that. As long as I'm out there getting a chance to play ball, being around the ball. The closer I can get to the ball, the better. Whether I gotta be, in the post, whether I gotta be down, playing seam flat and different things like that, or in the box and in the run game. I like it all. Just different opportunities to show different looks and get around the ball.
Hey, Adrian, as much as obviously it is you and Darnell there for the most part in the back end, what have you thought of this young group of safeties? With what Henry's done, I mean, Gaines is almost been making a play, it seems like every day. Vernon, I know wasn't out there today, but what have you thought of what they sort of brought to you on that?
They're being competitive. They're coming in and showing that what they will be able to do when their number is called. And we also, we play multiple safeties as well. And as you can see, last year, things happened where a lot of those safety, basically every safety on the roster, got some snaps on defense. So, that just goes to show that they have to be ready when their number's called. And everybody's held to that same expectation. Even if somebody goes down or, if we're in multiple packages, everybody's held to that same standard.
What's it like, Adrian, for you veteran guys in the back end, being with Coach Gray for a second season? I mean, is he coaching you guys any differently just now that he knows you that much better, or what's the dynamic?
It's been great having him. His history, what he has done, what he has coached, and everything like that, he gives us a competitive advantage, especially with watching film, knowing concepts. He's seen it all, and it's easy to listen to him. A guy that's credible like that. So, I think, with another year, we focused a lot on fundamentals with having a full off season and things like that. So us all getting on the same page of what he wants, what he requires, what he sees as best for us individually and collectively to make more plays.
So 3 weeks into this, new defense coordinator, some young guys been here like 2 years that got some special teams last year, now they're competing, and an ample supply of snacks. I mean, how does this camp compare on your defense as a group in your last 2 years here?
I think this is, one of our, more talented secondaries, very competitive. We have a lot of guys that can go. There's not too many people that I'm worried about if they have to go in the game. And that's what we have, that standard. We have that standard in the locker room. We have some, good rookies. They bring in good snacks. So, I got to go check and make sure my pistachio is still in there since y'all like that. But yeah, everybody's in there competing. A lot of us have played a lot of ball, and then the young guys are willing to listen. That's a big thing when you're coming in as a rookie, being coachable, being able to listen, being able to learn without even anybody telling you. You just taking the vicarious reps and taking those mental notes and everything like that when somebody else is getting coached. I think that is that's just rubbing off on everybody in the secondary.
So Adrian, with Stokes, kind of following up on that, I mean, we can joke about his pistachio delivery, but you've actually been on the field a lot with him before Kevin came back. How have you seen him grow over the last three and a half weeks being around him?
He's growing. He's learning. He's one of the guys that he listens. He listens. He has a great coach to listen to as well. And he's just growing and learning the NFL, learning routes, learning concepts, learning what he's supposed to do. He's already talented. He has the ability. He's big, fast, and he can play the ball well. It's just learning, just stacking days and being ready when his number's called, during the season.
There weren't any fights today. I know your quarterback was particularly pleased to see that. Was there an edict? How do you guys handle that, especially on the defensive side with juice and energy so important against another team? Was there an edict from the coaching staff to keep it cool, or how do you guys handle that?
I don't know. On our end, it's just nothing happened. We out there playing ball. Nothing gets started, nothing happens, and we practice hard, play hard. We're not out there to fight, so I mean, that's not something I, end of the day, be like, no fights. No, it's not something I really, really think about.
Adrian, I don't even know if this is in Joe's system, but is it possible to use Jair in such a way that you take away 1/3 of the field with him, with his man coverage ability, and allow the other guys to do other stuff? Is that going to be a possibility this year?
I don't know. Once we get to game plan, I think things are going to be week to week. I think within the defense, we got a lot of guys that can cover. Obviously, he's our all-pro corner and everything. But us as a secondary and as a unit, we have to be, game by game. All right, what we doing this week? What we need to do. And I think it is great that you have a guy like that, that if we were to have to, do that, we have that ability.
Yeah, I guess I was asking, is he capable of that?
Oh,
if
for sure.
that's what they ask.
Oh, for sure. He's one of the best I've seen when he's locked in and he's on a man. He can do it.
Adrian, your time with Big Fangio and the translation to this defense, do you feel like your comfort level is enhanced because of some of the similarities in the way you guys disguise things and just some of the carryover?
For sure. A lot of the way I think, when it comes to defense and scheme, comes from Fangio and that defense where I was there for 4 years. So a lot of the terminology, a lot of things they use, a lot of the scheme, that's my rookie through my, 4th year. So that's how I learned NFL defense first. So, it's still some like, all right, refresher on, changing of rules and things like that. But I think it came to, a lot of things came right back to me fast, as Joe B got here.
Do you think the baseline principles, just kind of the overarching philosophies are really similar?
Yeah, it's similar. Just like you have the trees on offenses, you have the the Shanahans and things like that. So I think it's like that on defense. Whereas you have the umbrella. This is how we do it. And then defense is defense. So I think the changes within the schemes, like how you fit in the run on this thing. What's your philosophy? What do you call more in these situations type thing?
Anything else?
The umbrella terminology, that's something I've heard a few different times. Is that a big thing that is kind of translated a little bit? Did he use that term as well?
Did he use the umbrella?
Is that how he would describe it as well?
No, I was just saying that as far as that's just a term I just use as far as the like coaching trees and stuff like that. That it just under that how they their base, like what is their origins type thing. That's what I meant by origin.
Some people talk about the cover 4 shells and umbrella.
Oh, no, I wasn't talking about cover 4 shells, but yeah.
Thank you.